So I'm outside of Murrells Inlet in South Carolina today and showing you what, it's a castle, but it kind of looks like a prison because of these aqua-colored cages all over the windows. But this was a 1931 construction. It's called Atalaya, which means tower, I believe, or watchtower or something. There's a tower in the middle. It's basically like a big square fortress almost looking type thing with gardens and yards inside the walls. So we're going to go in and show you what it looks like in there. Look at this. That's really cool. Basically, you're just completely walled off, and then once you come in, it's just a big open yard, and then the housing area is all the way around you. It's just like a big square. All this place needs is some peacocks or something walking around.
So Atalaya dates back to the 1930s when Archer and Anna Huntington designed and built it as a winter home after Anna was diagnosed with tuberculosis. And the unique look is based on Spanish or Moorish architecture, with their own designs mixed in, of course. Anna was an artist and a sculptor, so there are some interesting workspaces inside and outside for what she did. And actually, her sculpture style was quite different than most. She would sculpt live animals. So there are enclosures where they kept horses, dogs, bears, monkeys, and even a leopard. The castle has 30 rooms that wrap around the courtyard, at least on 3 sides. And during World War II, the Huntingtons let the U.S. Air Corps use the house as a barracks and even had a radar unit set up here. This whole area became a state park in 1960, about 2,500 acres of land, and then it was deemed a national landmark in 1984. And apparently there's a park nearby with lots of Anna sculptures, but I'm not going to have a chance to see it.
The kitchen contained 2 coal-burning stoves, a gas-powered refrigerator, a large icebox, and a large hooded grill. Here, meals were prepared not just for the Huntingtons, but for their large staff as well. Oh wow, yeah, this was the icebox. The walk-in icebox had a door which opened to the outside. A block and tackle was mounted outside the window to haul in 300-pound blocks of ice, which were brought in from Georgetown. Oh, so this was, I guess this was it. I don't know how you would get a 300-pound block of ice through there, but this is number 21. Oh, the servants' living room. There are so many rooms in here. This was 21, the servants. That means that this room here, the one that I was questioning, this was the food service room. That's what that is. Number 20, the food service room. So I guess they would prepare everything for this, for the meals, and then nice herringbone brick there. I didn't realize that before. 27 is the cook's quarters. So if you were the cook here, you'd have plenty of room for flat screen TV on the wall. Oh, it's still being, oh, they're painting, I see. Doing a little spring cleaning. That's kind of cool. Looks like they're sanding down and repainting the shutters of the windows. Each room was furnished with a wardrobe, writing desk, chair, and a single bed. Some of the servants were local people from the Waccamaw Neck and Sandy Island. The housekeeper, chauffeur, secretary, and dog caretakers traveled down from the Huntington homes in Connecticut and New York. So they had quite a distance to travel. Yeah, these rooms are all pretty basic, but the interesting thing about this house is that they all have beautiful view of the inner gardens here, the yards, and that's the tower in the middle. You'd be like, hey kids, stop playing that croquet so loud. Unfortunately, you can't go in there. It's got the plexiglass, but it's preserved there to show you what it looked like. It's kind of neat. Oh, and here's another one. Back-to-back bathrooms. So that means that since this is all the servants' quarters here, so everybody who worked in this house, they all shared those bathrooms, I guess. And I only saw 2. Housekeeper's room. Oh, okay, so the housekeeper's room, you can come in here. This is their bathroom. This was the bedroom and private bath of Annie McKinnon, the head housekeeper for the Huntingtons. Mrs. McKinnon, like many of the permanent staff, was from Scotland. She arrived here ahead of the Huntingtons to open up Atalaya for the season and was in charge of hiring locals as household servants. And a fire right next to that. Look at that. You could sit there in the tub, relax, have the fire going. Pretty nice. The outside is definitely my favorite part. And what I love about it the most is that it's all completely walled off with this amazing vegetation. Super thick too. Love it. Keep coming, more and more of them trying to escape the kids. So there was this is the indoor studio, and then there was the outdoor studio. This is where they did a lot of their sculpting. As an artist, Anna much preferred natural sunlight to sculpt by. She worked here in her outdoor studio when the weather was accommodating. When it was not, the adjacent indoor studio with its massive 25-foot skylight and large windows made a fine substitute. Let me see this 25-foot skylight. Oh yeah. That's kind of cool. Yeah, great lighting for the sculpture work here. Beautiful doors or gates. This opens up to the dog kennels and bear pens. Anna used only live models for her sculpting. These pens were used to temporarily house bears or other animals while she was working. Wow. Oh yeah. That is wild. Imagine being a sculptor and coming out here and think, okay, I'm going to work with bears today and sculpt some bears. And these were the kennels. So those bars on the window that you see were actually designed by Anna. They are basically hurricane protection because this house was many times just open to the elements, and it's right on the beach here. So you can imagine it has seen some hurricane action. It's a better view of that tower. The Atalaya. Too many kids over there. Archer's study. This was Archer's primary place of work at Atalaya. Here he wrote poetry, answered correspondence, and coordinated the workings of the many museums and institutions he had established. This is cool, wow. Look at that. Love that. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you these kind of cool built-ins, these lockers or whatever. It's kind of nice, solid wood. What was this? This was number 12, which was clothes storage. Anna's bath. She enjoyed a splendid view of the ocean in this large and spacious bathroom. They later converted it into a kitchen for a caretaker and his family who lived in this wing in the 1950s. So I guess this was their master bedroom. Anna's and Archer's bedroom commanded an unobstructed view of the ocean. The room contained twin beds. Archer's was an 8-foot-long Murphy bed, which could be folded away when not in use. So on those nights that he was summoned to the couch, the Murphy bed would be up against the wall. So some of these, for some reason, some of these bathrooms are blocked off. This was the secretary's bedroom. They had the same exact view of the what was the ocean view at the time. And then some you can see come right up to and touch. It's the original sink. I'm assuming it was original. So there was a whole catwalk or whatever you want to call it up above, but for preservation purposes, it's not accessible, unfortunately. But I'm sure it had amazing views, and if you can get up there, it has amazing views of the ocean that's right back there. Oh, here's the tour. I opted for the self-guided tour, but there's probably good information from the tour. So if you come here, maybe take the tour first and then walk around. I don't know, I doubt these doors were like this. Obviously it was probably all open, so they could just walk right in and out, right to the beach, which I'll show you. Oh, look at this little outside patio. This is the outside of that patio area, the sunroom where I was showing you. So they could hang out here. These obviously would just be open during events, or during people visiting, entertaining. And this way is this is the way to the beach. It is a hot one today. So as I'm talking to you, there's sweat dripping down into my eyes. Gives you an idea. It was actually nice and cool in the house, but now that I'm out here, it's once again very hot. But just wanted to see what the beach looks like out here. Oh, it looks beautiful. White sand, or near white sand. And so when the Huntingtons lived there, and anybody else who visited or whatever, this is where they would be able to hang out. can swim. Pretty nice. All right, just wanted to show you that. I'm getting back in the car because the car is where the air conditioning is. See you in the next video.